a big shot, unless we talking about hip-hop. Bad at TikTok, but I'll make movies like Hitchcock's. Challenge Mitch, you'll barely make it like trick shots. Check your wristwatch, it's time for you all to quit, stop trying me. I'ma be honest, I'm pretty glad no labels eyeing me. I'm independent and I don't want nobody buying me.
Yo, what up everybody, this is Mr. Rel, and today is a holiday. And this video is meant for those of y'all who do not know it is a holiday, or those of you who do know or vaguely know but are like, what exactly is it? Today is Juneteenth. It is June 19th. And for those of you who do not know, I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset. There's a lot of reasons why you probably don't know. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start this video off by reading from the internet what exactly Juneteenth is in specific terms. It's a very general kind of basic definition of what it is, and then I'm gonna give some thoughts. This is gonna be part of my way of celebrating today. I'm off work today. Actually, that's a lie. I took off work today. I'll kind of discuss that later, but we're gonna read, this is just off Wikipedia. Juneteenth, you just gotta search Juneteenth. Juneteenth, officially Juneteenth National Independence Day, is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans, deriving its name from combining June and 19th. You get it? Juneteenth. It is celebrated on the anniversary of the order of Major General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom for enslaved people in Texas on June 19th, 1865. That's 1865. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued. Originating in Galveston, Juneteenth has since been observed annually in various parts of the United States, often broadly celebrating African American culture. The day was recognized as a federal holiday just 2 years ago in 2021 when President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law. So Juneteenth is both a happy and kind of sad day, right? It is African American Independence Day. It is the day that we all officially were made aware that we were free. So the Emancipation Proclamation had already been put into action 2 years prior, but it's tough when things are put into action and you aren't aware. Like, it's not like social media where everybody got a push notification that, hey, you're free now. You had to be told that you were free. And in Texas, they were the last to be told. 2 years. They were still enslaved 2 years after they were free. So this day, Juneteenth, June 19th, I said 1865, is the day that then everybody knew, every slave knew that they were now free. They were made aware. Isn't that crazy that it took 2 years? It's one of those things where, like I said, no one got a notification. It wasn't like a big announcement or like a kind of like how Amber Alerts are kind of pushed to your phone. You didn't get like some notification. You had to be told. And of course, the slave owners aren't going to willingly be like, you're good to go now. You're free. Like, they really waited it out. But so this is the day that we were all officially made, technically, to be free, because you're not free if you don't know you're free. You're still enslaved, clearly. So I think it's a beautiful holiday. It is interesting how being an American, an African American specifically, works, because I'm somebody who I would say I celebrate July 4th because I do think it's important that our nation became independent. But it's weird celebrating that day as a Black American because people that look like you weren't free. So it's kind of weird celebrating like freedom when the people that you came from were not free yet, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, it feels weird. Like, as I've gotten a little older, I kind of celebrate July 4th a little less. Not really necessarily outwardly, but more so internally. I kind of remind myself that, people that look like me weren't really free. So I'm only going to be but so excited about that day, Whereas Juneteenth, this is a day that I feel like I'm glad that it's becoming more mainstream. It's crazy that only 2 years ago it became like a national holiday. And because of that, it's certain businesses have kind of made it so that you don't have to go to work. When I worked at Target, we didn't have to go to work on Juneteenth. I don't know if Target is closed on this day. I can look it up. But when I worked there a couple years ago, we were off. I think we were closed. And then I've had a job since then where we didn't get off. And then my current job, we're not off. But I use PTO because I said, I'm not working this day. I'm sorry. It'd be like asking everybody else to go to work on July 4th. Like, nah, I'm gonna celebrate the fact that I and people who look like me were freed on this day, and without this day could still be enslaved technically, So I think, like I said, I think it's kind of beautiful. Shout out to Joe Biden for signing it into law, even though I think it should have been a long time ago. But it's just one of those things that it's not, like I said, it's not super mainstream. It's starting to become that way, and this is part of my effort to kind of make it a little more so, because I feel like everybody, especially anybody who would have been a slave back then, this is, like I said, this is like our July 4th. This is our Independence Day. And I want it to be, I want it to become a day where everybody doesn't have to work and it's a little more celebrated. I think that'll come with time. I give kind of a benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's only been a couple years, so not everybody knows. Like I said, there's probably a decent bit of y'all watching this that are like, I've never heard of Juneteenth, or I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it means. Even I only had heard about it not too long ago. I remember this show I used to watch before it ended, Blackish, had a Juneteenth episode that really explained, kind of made it simple of what it was and what it means, and why it should be celebrated. So I think with time, it'll become a bigger deal. I really think it's one of those things that I'm pushing. I've been posting Happy Juneteenth. Like I said, this is my video because it is, imagine your people, again, like I said, it's kind of sad, but 2 years after being freed, because people thought, oh, the emancipation passed, everyone's free. In practical terms, it wouldn't really work that way because, like I said, slave owners aren't going to be thrilled that their people are free. And just imagine what it would look like to tell your slaves, like, you're free. Bye. Like, just really think about how that would go. So I think it's a beautiful day. People do a lot of different things to celebrate. I know there's like kind of parades and festivals. Like I said, some people get off work. Me, I've been resting. I'm actually probably going to go see a movie later. Probably going to go see The Flash. Just enjoy my day. I slept in. I never get to sleep in. You know how crazy that is? I was encouraging my black coworkers to take off this day if you could, because they weren't giving it to us, It just feels wrong to work on this day, Take the time to kind of celebrate it however you would. I know we get MLK Day, and I'm glad we get that. But I feel like this day has similar importance because we were fully freed on this day, So I hope I educated you guys a little bit. I hope you guys, if you're off work today, congrats. Let me know if y'all are off work. Because shout out to all the businesses that are really adopting it and sticking to it. In fact, let me look up real quick on air if Target is open, because at least when it first became a thing, they were closed on that day. Target, Juneteenth. They might be open again. Let's see. What stores are open and closed? Is Target open? Yeah, see, it looks like they are open. But we were definitely closed in 2021. So, but you can only you can't force a business to close on that day. But I do think it would be cool if, like, in about a decade, like, it was a bigger deal, bigger parades, news coverage, which I'm sure there probably is some, but businesses closing down, because I think it's really important. So, and I'm not one of those people, I might joke and say, like, only black people shouldn't have to work, but it's like MLK Day. Like, if you get it off, like, the whole business gets it off. Everybody should get it off. Everybody should be educated on this, because it's important. African Americans are in fact American, and honestly, if you really think about it, even white Americans should be glad about this day, because everybody is then free. Like, it's hard to celebrate freedom when not everybody's free. So once you get that date where it's like everybody was free on this day, then you should celebrate that day, because then we as a nation are a fully free nation, and we care about freedom, right? So again, I appreciate y'all, especially y'all who watched through this whole thing. I have this feeling that I'm gonna lose some subscribers over this. And to be completely honest with you, if I do, anybody who unsubscribes over this video, I don't want to be associated with anyway. I mean, I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm saying I'm educating you on a day that I think is important, especially for people who look like me. And I think everybody should get it off. If you can't get behind that, I don't know what to tell you. So I appreciate y'all a ton. I really, really do. I hope you guys, if you're off, let me know what you're doing today. If you guys have any thoughts on this video, on the holiday, anything I missed, anything deeper than just the Wikipedia definition, let me know. I like getting on here and just talking about stuff, and I think this is important. So have a great Juneteenth. Please, if you didn't know, if you learned something, let me know. Like and subscribe if you haven't, okay? Praise God. Peace.